you can't even begin to start growing your life and developing your life unless you focus on the most powerful word in the world, which is love.
Mm.
Unless you love what you do. I mean, I don't work, you're not working here, because you love what you do. It's a labor of love. And so that's the center of everything. Everything's about love. And so whatever problems you're having, what you have to do is replace all the negativity with love. So that's the core base. What do you love to do? How many things can you organize that you love? How many things can you imagine that you would like to love? How many things can you become passionate about? What is your purpose? What's meaningful? All those things that relate to the core of what you really should be doing in your life. And the second piece is to create a vision. The second step is to create a vision for yourself, focusing on not who you are, but who you can become. And so visualizing what's possible for you. And the third step, of course, is develop a plan, organize that, write it down, and be clear on that so you have some clarity. So those are some of the just basic fundamental things that apply to every single person who is successful. I mean, Oprah has done it for years and years and years because she's focused on what she loves. She's one of the greatest communicators in the world. She's created her talk show. She loved it. She did it for 25 years, number one, extraordinary feat. Michael Jordan is basketball, and he transitioned from basketball to owning a team, and Nike is, again, a part of that whole sports organization. So it's just really kind of putting all of this together around things that really, and you said it earlier, that you have an interest in.
Mm. What do you think the step is that people struggle with the most? Do you think have you found there's a way to?
Yeah, I think the biggest problem, we have an energy problem. And the biggest issue for all of our problems is negativity.
Mm.
So if we could change the energy around, and the energy, comes from where? Where's it come from? You know this because, you've been dealing with some of this. All of us deal with it. So where's the negative energy coming from? What tells you you're not good enough? What makes you act crazy? What makes you feel like that you're not worthy?
Ourselves?
It's ourselves.
Yeah,
it's the
yeah.
energy. So if the foundation of your existence is negative, which is my foundation of my existence is negative, because I grew up with a lot of trauma around my brothers and all of that, and call names and all of that, and so it doesn't go away. It goes into your subconscious, and it pops up all the time. So if the foundation of your existence is negative, which is I have a negative view of myself, the only way I can change that is I got to transform the energy, which means I have to transform the thinking from negative to what?
Positive.
To positive. From hate to love. And if you don't do that, you go back to that same feeling all the time, right? And you get stuck in it. And then you may do something crazy because you're in that space. So you got to interrupt that all the time or disrupt that. So the foundation for success and all that's good in your life and all that's possible for your life is based on, the word love. Yeah. That's the key. So I try to work on that all the time. When I have negative thoughts, I try to change that from negative to, again, positive, because you can only have one feeling at a time. You can't have two, so one emotion at a time, you can't have two. So I try to use love as the foundational base to interrupt anything that's negative and focus on the high road and look at the glass half full as opposed to half empty.
Yeah, so you mentioned in this book about having a close relationship with Julius Erving, or Dr. J, and how, part of his Hall of Fame induction speech was actually very inspiring to children and really a message of, if you work towards something you love, you can achieve it, whether it's sports, politics, or really anything. When did you meet Mr. Erving, and when, become a big part of your personal motivation as well?
Yeah, let me see. When did I meet Julius? I met Julius in Philadelphia. And and then from there we became friends, and then we started playing golf, and he knew some of the same people I knew in Chicago, and so, man, we traveled around the world actually playing golf.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we were in Ireland like 3 years in a row, and this, because golf is such a sport, as you know, golf brings people together. It's a great network, and and when his son passed away, I did the eulogy for his son when he was when he had an accident and was killed. So throughout the years, man, we just are brothers, and I mean, I know him as Julius, and so just an unbelievable gentleman. I mean, he really, and people will tell you that he's got a lot of class, very bright, very smart, understands how to break things down, which makes him a great player, understands the process of success, which is a step-by-step process for achieving results and setting goals and making those goals happen. Kind of like what Kobe Bryant, did, how he played. He broke everything down. Michael Jordan. They break everything down into small steps, and they're smart, and they're hungry, and they have drive, and they have a lot of determination and perseverance. So, man, just as an example, him as an example of excellence and performance, it's really it's just special to watch that and watch him process throughout the years and watch him play and analyze things.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like a great example for, a motivational force and a dear friend for sure.
Yeah, and I love the sports guys who come in and tell you how to actually perform at a higher level, how to be focused, how to organize your life. They look at the weaknesses, they work on their weaknesses, all of that. So really, the sports is a metaphor for excellence and performance. When you start to look what these guys have had to do in order to be at that, to operate at that level. They're professional. They're the best in the world.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video.
And subscribe and hit the bell for a whole lot more to come.